Hello everyone! The Mamba One controller that I reviewed previously had a few issues, but the Mamba team compromised to fix those issues and they sent me the V2 version of the controller. Unfortunately, the box is the same as the original V1, so there's no way to differentiate between the V1 and V2. If you're buying from somewhere like Aliexpress, you can always ask the seller, and in the box you get the same accessories: the extra analog sticks, the USB Type-C cable, the manual, and a screen protector. And the first thing I noticed is that the buttons are much better. They use clicky mouse switches now, and they're not hard to press anymore. The D-pad has also been improved. The diagonals are easier to press, and the shoulder buttons are less loud. And everything else feels exactly the same. Here's a quick comparison with the old V1 model. Another problem with the old V1 model is that browsing the menus would interfere with the game. But now when you enter the menus, your inputs won't interfere with the game anymore. The menus have also been slightly improved. Under the joystick section, you can adjust the curves and the dead zones. And it's also possible to adjust the dead zone of the triggers, as well as the maximum range. And everything else is still the same. The polling rate of the old model was 200 Hz. And that was improved to 900 Hz. The old model had that weird magnetism towards the center in the X and Y axis of the analog sticks. That was improved and now it is perfect. The circularity was improved as well. In the old model, you couldn't hit the diagonals by pressing only on one direction, and the diagonals were too hard to press, When you rolled your thumb, it often skipped it entirely. And not only that, but the inputs were also inconsistent. If you were holding down the diagonals, the slightest movements to the left or right would make you mess up the command. On the V2 now, you're still not able to hit the diagonals by holding only on one direction, but the diagonals are now much easier to hit. The command is more consistent and it's easier to trigger it. They also had a problem with the back buttons. If you held down two back buttons, you would sometimes get this weird alternating pattern. And again, that was entirely fixed now on the V2. And with a quick teardown, we can see the internal changes. There is now a shield under the left stick to prevent interference from the trigger. The shutter button switches were removed from the main board, as you can see it here. And the D-pad was changed to use dumb switches. The face buttons now use the scale mouse switches. And the structure of the face buttons were slightly adjusted too. And here's the comparison with the old V1 model. When I first reviewed the Mamba One, it had a lot of problems, which made me not want to recommend this controller. But now, with all these fixes from the Mamba team, the Mamba One is a good controller. I still feel that the D-pad could be slightly better, but with the improvements, it feels decent now. It's always good to see companies listening to the feedback, and congratulations to the Mamba team, they did a good job. And that's it for this quick video update. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.